Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. The carriage held but just ourselves and immortality. We slowly drove, he knew no haste, and I had put away my labour and my leisure too for his civility. They are the first two stanzas in the wonderful poem Because I Could Not Stop for Death by, looking at my notes, Emily Dickinson. Published in 1890, posthumously. She had passed away by then. She lived from 1830 to 1886. And you may be wondering why I've read that. This week I was looking at courses at a place, and they actually had a poetry course. And it made me think, is poetry a dying art? I really do think it is, because I go to a lot of bookshops and don't see many poetry collections anymore. I can't think of any current poets. I think there is still a poet laureate of England, but I don't know. Do any of you know of any current poets? I mean, I did English Lit at school, and we did study William Blake's Songs of Innocence and Experience. That came out in 1789. And of course, there's the very, very famous The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. That came out in 1845. Now, because I could not stop for death, it's a rhyming poem. And as I said, there's more stanzas. If you would like to see the full poem, I got this from Poetry Foundation. And Poetry Foundation is based in Chicago, in America. So, I don't know. I think it's a shame if it is, but I just don't see much poetry anymore. I think back in the day they used to have poetry recitals. I mean, I look at a lot of art stuff, as I've told you, because that's what my whole website is. I haven't seen any poetry recitals. Well, no, I tell a lie. Some might have open mic nights. I think that the Drunken Poet has an open mic night. I don't know whether people can get up and recite poetry there. But there just doesn't seem to be. I think it's going the way, also with short stories. You just don't see collections of poetry or short stories in bookshops anymore. Even in the op shops, you don't see these collections anymore. And I'm just wondering if it is dying out. I mean, it would be very sad if it did. But, because again, a good poem, it can have so much emotion, it can have good themes, and it is a skill. It is a skill to write a good poem. But, yeah, it just got me thinking, because as I said, I saw this course, and I thought, poetry. This is the other thing. Because there's a lot of book clubs. You can join book clubs everywhere. You can join online book clubs. You can join community bookshops. People form their own book clubs. How many of them actually do poetry? And I know of a facility that's got 4 book clubs, and I look at the books they read, and none of them are poetry. Maybe people don't want to read it anymore. I don't know. Do any of you still read poetry? And as I said, please let me know if you know any current poets. Because, as I said, I can't think of any at the moment. I'm sure they're out there, but where? I don't know where they are. So, yeah, let me know in the comments whether you think poetry is a dying art form. Very sad, but I think it is. Let me know in the comments. Okay, bye.